From the TV series visualizing the multiverse in all its glory to being a master in handling legacy cameos, here's what the CW Flash did better than the movie. So, the Flash movie is DC's big leap into the multiverse territory, and the movie's got a massive budget. I'm talking $250 million, ad marketing on top, and it's astronomical. But here's the kicker. The TV show had already pulled off a multiverse visual extravaganza for way less money. The Flash on the CW kept it simple yet cool when visualizing the multiverse. The movie could have taken a few notes from the show, because sometimes less is more. But the Flash movie definitely doesn't get it, and it really went all out with its multiverse moments. But some fans think they might have gone a bit too far. Bringing in Nicolas Cage's Superman was a bold move, considering that movie never saw the light of day. It was a chance to satisfy the curiosity about what could have been, right? Then there's the appearance of Adam West's Bright Knight, but it didn't get the treatment it deserved. Just a bunch of static images with some audio, which left fans wanting more. And while we're at it, let's talk about Christopher Reeve's Superman and Helen Slater's Supergirl showing up. Not everyone was all warm and fuzzy about it, and it's like they threw everything into this movie's multiverse trying to see what sticks. But here's the deal. The Flash TV series beat them to the multiverse game. In the Season 1 finale of the Flash TV show, Barry zooms into the Speed Force through this awesome blue light tunnel. And there he gets to peek into the past and future through these cool windows, showing scenes from previous seasons and teasing us about what's to come. So instead of going overboard with visual effects, the movie could have used clever editing tricks to honor the actors they wanted to showcase. That way, they wouldn't have overloaded the VFX team and maybe would have given us a more real experience. For example, they could have used actual footage of John Wesley Shipp and Teddy Sears as Jay Garrick, the Golden Age Flash, instead of creating a full CGI version of him in the Adventures of Superman reality. I gotta say, the Flash movie didn't handle the multiverse well. CW's The Flash really showed the movie a thing or two about creating new multiverses. The TV series kept it simple because of budget constraints, but guess what? Those limits worked in their favor. Now let's talk about the multiverse concept. It's a mind-boggling idea, and if not handled well, it can be really confusing. The Flash movie took a risk with its flashy imagery, but this created more confusion than clarity. They could have gone with a more straightforward approach like a blue light tunnel, or simply a plain white or black, set to give that sense of infinity without distracting from the main focus. You see, what really stands out about CW's show is their respect for what they're honoring. They use actual footage, or bring back the original cast to the front, making it special for fans. You remember the Crisis on Infinite Earths event? They brought back Burt Ward from the 1966 Batman and Ashley Scott from Birds of Prey, giving us a nostalgic treat. And how about Tom Welling and Erica Durance making a comeback for a mini-sequel to Smallville? It was a fan's dream come true. And hey, they knew exactly how to use Brandon Routh's talent in echoing Christopher Reeve's Superman. He's already a series regular on DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and they cleverly tied it to his previous role in Superman Returns, which was meant to be a sequel to Superman 2. At the end of the day, respecting the source material is only one thing the Flash series did better than the movie, but there's another thing I have to talk about. When it comes to superhero outfits, the series totally rocked it. Grant Gustin's Flash costumes in the Arrowverse were straight up amazing. They struck that perfect balance between looking awesome during action-packed scene and just chillin' in regular day-to-day moments. But the costume design in the movie. Don't get me wrong, the suit itself looked pretty darn good, but they relied heavily on CGI for the costume, which took away from its impact. Plus, there was zero on-screen backstory or history for the movie suit, so it felt a bit disconnected. I mean, the TV show treated us to an evolution of the suit in 9 seasons. It went from a cool crimson red to the classic vibrant scarlet we all know and love. Fans totally geeked out watching him fight villains in that comic-inspired costume. Oh, and speaking of villains, the series totally scored a touchdown when it comes to bad guys. They had a whole 9 seasons to bring in every bad guy and gal for Barry Allen, and they didn't hold back, diving headfirst into the classic baddies and even digging up some hidden gems from the comic book world. Sure, speedsters were usually the villains in the show, but that didn't stop Barry from duking it out with a whole bunch of other bad guys. Right from the get-go in Season 1, we got to see our Scarlet Speedster take on villains like Weather Wizard, Captain Cold, Heatwave, and the Golden Glider. Sadly, the same can't be said about the movie. You see, while Ezra Miller's Barry had a quick encounter with Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad, that was pretty much IT in terms of actual Flash villains. Bummer, right? And with The Flash 2 hanging in uncertainty, Miller's Barry might never get the chance to go head-to-head with some of Flash's most famous bad guys. Now, that's enough talk about villains. You know what's cool about the series? It's got a lot of people, and Barry cares about giving us loads of characters to root for. But hold up, what about the movie? Not quite the same deal. Barry Allen and Iris West were still in the budding friendship phase, and we barely got a taste of Patty Spivot and Albert Desmond, who were more like quirky comic relief. Here's the kicker though, before Barry hit the time travel button, his only real buddy was Batman. Now don't get me wrong, Batman's awesome, but a Flash movie needs more than just one buddy to truly shine, and that's where the series nailed it. Sure, maybe they leaned too much on the whole Flash team thing, but guess what? It worked wonders. Grant Gustin's Barry became a lot more awesome, with that fantastic bunch backing him up. And you know what else is so amazing about CW's The Flash? It totally nails it when it comes to handling the whole time travel shebang. The Flash has become synonymous with time travel thanks to those game-changing comic book events like Flashpoint and DC Rebirth. Both the TV series and the movie dive headfirst into Barry Allen's time-bending powers, and hey, while it's a pretty cool plot device, you gotta admit that time travel can be a real tricky business. But in the TV series, they totally got it. They understood that Barry's main power shouldn't just be zipping back and forth through time, so they cleverly showed time travel as a result of Barry's recklessness and lack of experience. This made it feel a lot relatable, you know? But let's talk about the 2023 movie now. It didn't waste any time and jumped right into the whole time travel thing. The movie's final showdown was all about the two Barrys zipping through different time periods. And don't get me wrong, a Flashpoint adaptation is bound to involve time travel, but come on. There's more to Barry Allen than just his time-traveling abilities. And let's talk visuals, shall we? The series knocked it out of the park with imaginative ways, showing different time travel forms. But the movie, well, it didn't quite hit the same level when showing off time travel in all its mind-bending glory. So movie couldn't even do time travel right. And guess what else they did wrong? Yup, it's the legacy cameos in the movie. Oh boy, the movie's cameos were a mixed bag, that's for sure. While they had the potential to be real showstoppers, the wonky CGI effects took away the magic. The decision to digitally bring back actors who had passed away also stirred a lot of controversy. But the show, which has been a master at handling legacy cameos throughout its 9 seasons, totally nailed it with the adding John Wesley Shipp in the mix, who was the original Barry Allen in the 1990 Flash TV show. Shipp's presence in the series was a stroke of genius. He got to play multiple roles like Henry Allen, Jay Garrick, and even another version of Barry Allen. The series knew how to make legacy cameos feel special and heartwarming, and it was like a big nostalgic hug for longtime fans of the Flash franchise. Here's hoping future Flash adventures learn from the CW show's success. So, from the TV series being a master in handling legacy cameos, to visualizing the multiverse in all its glory, that's what the CW Flash did. Better than the movie.